Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Spike. We're here to talk about all things football because we got playoff, we got things for Dynasty sports, we got coaches, head coaches going all over the place. We got Mike Tomlin losing the playoffs again. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Mark. How you feeling, bro?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping. I got some hope. I mean, I know we lost Vrabel, but there's hope in the air. So and of course,
hey, you can't lose something you never had.
Exactly. That's so terrible. No, this all we have is hope because we ain't got nothing else. What did you think about the two games yesterday?
I mean, not great. I mean, the Pittsburgh Ravens game I felt like was done at the half.
It wasn't even done then. I mean, it was 14-0. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Russ ain't coming back from that.
Yeah. And then the other game was kind of exciting, but boring at the same time. It was like 6-0 for the longest time. And then they scored the touchdown. And then the Chargers just decided, we're done. Pick sixes. And
it's funny. Herbert threw more interceptions in that game than he threw all year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? What is going on?
I know.
We got Saber in here. Says Super Wildcard Weekend. Let's go. My wife right now is upstairs making her famous chili. I'm going to enjoy this so much. Just to be able to sit there, watch football, eat as much chili as I want. I'm gonna be like 400 pounds on Tuesday. Yeah. Who gained 125 pounds in me. 2 days. I had some beef with the New England Patriots. I mean, Mark called it. Mark called it, right? I mean, he said, Mayo's probably going to get fired. And as soon as we saw that, we all knew Vrabel was going there. They weren't going to let him walk out of the building.
The first domino was him doing that podcast or that show and saying he basically, my two dream jobs, New England and Ohio State. And then New England was like, what was that? Yeah. Okay.
Ohio State almost fired their coach too. It's just like,
now he's in the national championship game. What the hell? You're gonna fire me? Might not be able to beat Michigan, but I could win a national championship.
Ohio State fans are gonna be like, not good enough.
Some of them probably. You're not wrong.
You got Anzo in the building, pissed off because the Steelers crapped down their leg, and I'm telling you, it was so embarrassing.
God, the offense was so flat.
They did not. You had to use Justin Fields. You had to. You had to throw something else out there. And when you didn't, I was like, well, this is over. Let Russ cook. You know who was the leading rusher? Najee Harris was the leading rusher with 17 yards.
Nice.
So, like, what do you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Anzo don't like it. What is the future of Mike Tomlin? They've lost what? Is this the 5th game in a row, playoff game they've lost in a row?
Well, it's our 5th game in a row, yeah.
Your 5th game in a row, but how many playoffs games in it?
Hey, Braden told me something crazy. There's 3 teams in the AFC that went winless in December and January. The Titans, the Browns, the Steelers. If you're being held in the same breath as those teams, it's not great.
They didn't want to adjust. You think? I think
this is the end of shocked. Their schedule was brutal down the stretch.
But Russell Wilson was not going to win you those games. Yeah, here's Braden. That's why I want to know. Hasn't won a playoff game since 2015 in a decade.
Yep.
In a decade, they haven't won a playoff game. I mean, and they're in the playoffs every year. So that's a feat.
Yeah, or they're just out of the playoffs.
They usually are. Texas put up some surprising fight after the first half. Really came alive after the first 2 field goals. The Chargers, I said they're going to regret those that weren't touchdowns. I honestly think it's because of CJ Stroud realized he had to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
Run. In the playoffs, you have to give something else. You have to have a second element to your offense. And that's why a quarterback that can run, pass, do all those things, add something to you. So even if you weren't going to start, you're not going to start Justin Fields at the time. Oh, wait, okay. So what you have to do, you have to put packages in. You have to use them. So that's why I knew the Steelers were going to lose. Anthony says, I got some beef with the New England. Mayo deserves a second chance on a coaching staff. Mayo was a good coach. He was doing the right thing. You know, it was just Kraft didn't want to give him a chance, and he saw Vrabel. They said, all right, well, that was it.
Going back to the Steelers, too, after the game, you know, Whitworth hit on it, saying that, like, I mean, Sherman kind of started it, but then Whitworth was like, it comes with, like, how you get ready for the game. He said the Ravens came out, were warming up, and you could tell they were fired up. They were ready. They wanted this. The Steelers came out, and they're just lollygagging, walking around. Like, there was no fire in them, even in the pregame warm-ups, apparently.
But
so, like, the fact that they came out that flat, he was like, I wasn't even that shocked they came out that flat. They just didn't have any, like you have to want to be here. You have to, you know, you have to have that fire. If you don't have it, you're not going to win in the playoffs in this game.
I think it still starts with a quarterback.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. I think Russell Wilson's not over. He's not done. But you're not going to win a playoff game because of him. You're not going to win anything because of Russell. You can win with him. But if you think you're going to rely on him, then you're going to lose. That's just a fact. He's not going to win you anything. He's past his prime. He's past that point. But he's still a quarterback that you can win a good team with a good defense and a good running game, and you just need a quarterback to just be decent, can win with him. But you're not going to win because of him.
Yeah.
It's just a piece. So
you should be happy on two fronts. Speaking of the wildcard games yesterday.
I'm unsubscribing. I can't stand you. No, I'm sorry, Anzo. Look, my Bear fandom goes first. I'm always thinking about the Bears first.
Says Pittsburgh needs to draft a wide receiver in the first round.
100%. CJ Stroud put 10 dudes on his back and won the game. Yeah. Joe Mixon helped in the fourth.
Yeah. Apparently, going into the wildcard weekend, Lamar Jackson has jumped way in front as the favorite for the MVP now.
Because everyone looked at the stats and just said, this is stupid.
Yeah.
1,000 yards? You mean all these touchdowns? This is stupid.
And you should be happy. The prophecy has been foretold. We should have known this coming in that the Ravens had the Super Bowl locked up.
I'm telling
2001.
Yeah, you saw the
28-year-old quarterback, Trent Dilfer, win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
12 years later, 28-year-old Joe Flacco wins the Super Bowl. Oh, wait, look, 12 years later, guess who just turned 28?
My man.
Lamar Jackson.
I mean, he only has one thing he has to worry about. If he gets past Mahomes, it's it. Or if someone else takes Mahomes out, he wins.
Yeah. There is one thing you have to look out for, though.
Who?
If Jalen Hurts gets hurt and then the Eagles go into the Super Bowl with the backup quarterback. Whether it be Pickett or McKee, you know.
I'll take my chances with either one of those guys. You lose and they're the starting quarterback, you deserve to lose.
But yeah, I don't know, I saw that and it was like everywhere. Like starting like Tuesday or no, it must have been after Wednesday because I don't think we brought it up on Wednesday.
Braden's 100% right here though. The reason why the odds shifted because he was named the first team All-Pro.
Yep.
Josh Allen. Everyone wants to say all this stuff. He was named second team All-Pro.
Sure was.
It makes sense. I'm telling you guys. I had my argument. I'm saying it like, look, guys, come on. Let's really look this. Let's break this down. He won one extra game. That's it. One extra game, and then look what his stats. Stats are like leaps and bounds in front of him. I understand Joe Burrow because they won what is a 4-game difference, but one. Yeah. Russ can't scramble like he used to. Yeah, a couple of inches throws from him, but I hope they give Fields the reins this offseason. I don't think Fields will be there.
Yeah, he's a free agent, so
I don't think
so is Russ, I guess. But
unless the Steelers say, "Hey, Justin, we're gonna give you $45 million." I don't know why they would, right? They haven't given him an opportunity this year to show that he's even worth that, right? Because I think the Giants would. I think Dable saying like, I wouldn't be surprised if early in the offseason, like March 15th, they say Justin Fields signs with the New York Giants. I would not be surprised at all. So what's the real meaning of the MVP? Of MVP, most valuable player. Well, and I think that was Mark's argument, right? He said, without Josh Allen, where would the Bills be? And then without Lamar Jackson, where would the Ravens be? The answer is they'll both be worse. But I think Josh Allen is more important to their offense, period. But you can't even say that because the Ravens' entire offense is built on the fact that Lamar Jackson is their quarterback. What do you think the Ravens will be without Lamar Jackson? How many wins?
Without Lamar,
they'll be the Tennessee Titans.
No, it won't be that bad.
It's the exact same team with Derrick Henry being the only thing.
When Derrick Henry was on the Titans.
Yeah, that's what it is. Derrick Henry on the Titans, it'd be that team. So
that's the year that the Titans with Derrick Henry were the number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, but with the backup quarterback, it depends on who's your quarterback, I guess. But I don't
think
it
does. Well, I'm just saying the argument is you take Lamar. I still think.
I think the answer will be like 7 wins.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I still think between 6 and 8 wins, the Ravens could win. You take Josh Allen off the Bills, that's like a 3-win, 2-win team.
It depends on who's the quarterback, but yeah, I think they will win maybe 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
maybe. It compares basically they're the Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry.
Right.
That's what the difference is. Hey, I'm so bad now. Ravens ain't winning shit. Now you're mad because the team, I want you to understand, like my other team, my second team, if I'm not a Bears team, my second team is Pittsburgh 100% of the time. 100% of the time. But come on, Lamar is cooking. If he wins the 3rd MVP and then wins the Super Bowl this year,
Justin Fields goes to the Giants, and then that becomes his second favorite team.
Maybe. maybe.
Was it me or the Ravens slow down in the second half?
I think a little bit. They just didn't have to do anything. And then they realized, okay, well, are you going to try to come back? Derek, here's the ball. They start running over people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference in this team. Derrick Henry is the difference. That's the scary part. It doesn't sound like it. But, I mean, understand the Chicago Bears are 1 and the Steelers are 2. I only have 2 helmets on my shelf. Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those are my teams, My AFC team is the Steelers, but I can respect the hell out of the Ravens. I understand what Lamar is, and especially because no one wanted him. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Lamar, you're a wide receiver. You're not accurate. All you do is run the ball." Really? Let's look at him now. 28 years old, 4,000 passing yards, has 900 rushing yards, has all those touchdowns. This is what he wins. He keep on winning. And I know Derby gonna come in because another Steelers fan. Ravens ain't winning nothing. They weren't getting past the Bills and Chiefs. The Bills have a problem. They can't stop the run. That's their issue.
Yeah.
The Bills do not want to see the Ravens.
Well, if they win, that's who they're playing. So
I know. And they're going to lose. They're going to have a Derrick Henry size 14 on their chest as he ran over. Because you have Derrick Henry, you have Lamar, you have all those weapons, and then you have a good defense again. The Ravens defense showed up and showed out again. It's like I'm telling you, when Kyle Hamilton went to the right position.
Hey, Sherman. So they're comparing Kyle Hamilton to Earl Thomas. I'm like, oh, take it.
Dude, he is amazing. He's bigger. You know, I love seeing him. His height, his length. That's a great player. F. Lamar. And his bandwagon his fan base. Oh, I mean, Ravens fans are pretty well known. Don't get me, it's Baltimore, bro. I know that you guys don't like it in the, in the division rivals and stuff like that, but come on, Ravens fans. Come on, no Ravens. I hate Green Bay. I hate them with a passion. There's nothing I hate more than Green Bay. I'm not gonna say that fan base is trash. That's right. Me be lying. That's all that would be. I'll stand on this. Lamar MVP again and still won't win a Super Bowl ever. Wait, so if he wins the Super Bowl this year, you're gonna be eating your words? You're gonna come on here and say, "Hey, I was wrong." Lamar, I think this is the year. This is the year. And but I will say this: if they don't win this year, I don't know if they ever win.
Yeah. You're right. You're not wrong on that one.
You have the MVP, the second best rusher. Will be number one rusher in any other year without Saquon Barkley. Any other year, he will be the number one rusher with 1,900 yards. All those touchdowns. Mark Andrews has risen from the grave of being left tackle to being one of the best tight ends again. And they did that without Flowers. Without Flowers, they did all those things. So I'm just thinking.
This whole 4th and 1, let's give it to Mark Andrews. I'm like, what is happening here? Brady's like, what? You wouldn't want to do that? That's fantasy points. That's like not even 0.1 points. No, get out of here. It's stupid.
But he did get like 3 yards.
I know, but I was like,
that's a big boy. This is what he does. He plays every position. Let him be tight end. Let him be quarterback. Let him be fullback. Let him do it all. Left tackle. Watch. He's gonna be center one day. They will need
a. He was doing left tackle for the first half of the season. I swear.
He was the best left tackle in the NFL for the first half of the season.
But it's just annoying because they'd make him the left tackle, and then they're like, "All right, throw the ball to Isaiah Likely," and I'm like, "Ah."
Whatever. You got both.
It's just like rewarding someone for not being able to do the job. Oh, you can't block? Here, just catch all the balls.
He's not a tight end.
All-pro tight end. Do all the blocking for you.
He's not a tight end.
Yeah. So that's a sleeper.
He's a split end. That's just what it is. All right. So Derrick Henry ran all over the Steelers, and I think that's what hurt the Steelers. Not being able to stop Derrick Henry. That was the big thing. So if the Ravens win, I'm banning football for a year. I think the Ravens make it there. The one team that's going to be tough for them to beat, I don't know. Detroit just seems to be the team of destiny this year, right?
Does kind of seem that way.
And then they played the Super Bowl indoors, so I don't know. I don't know if you could beat Detroit.
Especially if the Super Bowl's indoors, their whole path to the Super Bowl's indoors.
Mm-hmm. You got David Montgomery's ready to go.
I know, crazy.
So I tore it, but I'm ready to play. Like what?
Right.
What? But that's what I know. David Montgomery. I mean, he was a Bear for forever. He played with injuries that don't even make sense. I broke my back. I'll be there in 2 weeks. What?
Lamar was acting like a running back more than a QB. Well, when you don't have the weapons, that's kind of what you have to do to win.
I think Lamar did what he needed to do. He threw 2 touchdowns, right?
2 touchdowns.
He threw 2 touchdowns. He had a QBR of 84.2, overall rating of 132.
I think he only threw for 1 touchdown.
He threw for 2. Threw for 2. He only missed 5 passes. And Derrick Henry had 186 rush yards.
They won't beat
Lamar threw another
KC.
81.
KC got the refs.
Yeah.
You're not wrong
he
with that
always
one.
loses to them. KC's a
AFC
problem.
pretty top heavy. The bottom seeds are just food for the Bills, Ravens, KC. NFC side feels closer in talent.
I don't know. I'm not blown away by the Packers' talent. I'm not.
Yeah, but they have like 5 teams versus like what, 6?
I don't because
Or 3. I mean,
well, we're going to find out about Washington. We'll find out today.
oh, I wasn't even grouping Washington in that. We're 6th.
Talent wise, you guys are up there. That's up there.
Well, I was just saying, like you look at like the Vikings, the Eagles, the Lions.
Eagles, the Lions. That's it, really. There's a big difference between everyone else. It's the Vikings, the Eagles, the Lions. And then everyone else is in the division. Well, the Lions and the Vikings are in the same division anyway.
Dang. Did we finish with the 4th best record in the NFC?
Yeah.
Damn. And we got the 6th wild card. Something wrong with that.
This is how it works, you know. We have 2 other divisions that aren't good. So that's why I'm like, I think the AFC and NFC are very similar.
I guess that's true. The Packers were the 5th best team, and they got the 7th seed. So.
And they're not. And the Packers were 1-4 in division. I mean, 1-5 in division.
They were. Oh yeah, all their losses were division.
And if you played a winning team, they didn't win. Like if you, a plus 500 team, they didn't win. So I don't think the Packers are even that good. Some of that's hate. I obviously I know that. There's some of that because I hate them so much, so I know that. George Pickens says he sees signs of growth in the offense. Report. Does that make you optimistic going forward?
Nah.
So the Ravens clobbered my Lions last year. NFC teams just aren't used to Lamar's scrambling speed. And I think that's what you now have the Lightning to go with the Thunder. That's what's going to be a difference. But once again, the Lions have that too. And if the Lions have all that talent back, do they get some of their defensive pieces back by the Super Bowl? I don't know, man. I think that's still the team. I think they're more explosive than the Ravens. The Ravens can lose any week.
Hanson already came back with his metal plate in his arm.
They're looking good.
Yeah, he looked really good against the Vikings. What's up, Kadani?
Kadani, how you doing?
You guys see Mack Holland's outfit today?
No.
I'm sure there was no shoes involved, though.
Definitely some slippers, I'm sure.
He says Vikings might be on upset alert, but they're not even the home team. Is it really an upset? I mean, because I guess it is. Yeah, it is. But they already lost to the Rams once this year, too. So
that's true. He's just a bad he's a problem. Let's see if I can find his outfit today.
So you look that up. I'm going to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the Vikings right now for Monday night's game. If Sam Darnold comes out and looks just as awful as he did on Sunday night last week, is he the quarterback going forward?
No. He literally has to win now. He has to prove it right now. If he does not, that's it. Like he has one chance.
Oh, and you were wrong. They can franchise Sam Darnold.
Yes, I heard that. I actually heard that.
For the love of God, Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico said it like 30 million times during the podcast. Oh, you can franchise Sam Darnold, and you keep JJ, and you have. I'm like, okay, we get it. You can franchise Sam Darnold. You can stop talking about it now.
I want to look at the actual the rules. Hey, thank you, Braden, because I'm sitting there looking for this stuff. I want to actually see the rules and see how that works. Because on a one-year contract, I thought you weren't able to.
And apparently, you can.
And you know they are wrong a lot. So.
Oh, Chris Collinsworth all the time. Yeah. All the time.
Wow. All right, I gotta share this with you guys.
Pull this up.
What the hell, guys? This is stupid. All right, I hope you guys can see this because yabba dabba do.
Yeah. Hey, she had to stay at home.
Hey, what did I tell you? No shoes.
No shoes. You're right. Wow. Yabba dabba do. Like, yabba dabba don't. Don't do this, guys.
Yeah. Hey, she had to stay at home.
Look at that. Does he just have costumes at home? I don't know. I don't. Do you prefer that look, or you prefer the other look where he had all white on?
No shoes. I think that man's crazy. It's freaking cold. Like, that's right in with Buffalo, I guess.
Exactly. They love it. It's crazy. That's our middle name.
So they're jumping through tables for no reason. Let's ruin this perfectly good table. Oh. All right, Braden sent me in a video yesterday. Break your neck almost. So Bills fan came down. The table didn't even budge, and then his momentum pulls him this way, and his head goes this way, and his body just falls over. And you see the neck. I was like, "How is your neck not broken?"
Because you're a Bills fan. You know what alcohol does? It limbers you up.
Yeah, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
Here you go. You like that? The one we just showed you, or this one right here?
Look, no shoes.
I'll do my best.
He was the mad scientist. I'm gonna go with mad scientist better.
Like, what the hell? And then why do you have gloves on? No shoes, but gloves.
Gloves, but no shoes.
I don't understand that. I mean, be you, I guess.
Wait, sorry, we missed some things. Sam playing for his contract in football future Monday night.
100%.
Yep. So if Jalen Hurts don't win, it is he the future. Oh, is he the future? You see the smoke when he talks? That's wild. It's cold.
It's cold. Why are you doing this? I don't understand, guys.
That Bills family. Yeah, remember that? You see that hit by Davis Mills in Week 18, where he hit and then like the same thing happened where his body.
Oh yeah.
That's what the Bills fan looked like. Because he hit the table and then his body fell. His head hit straight and then his body just goes like this, and the weight of his whole body just bending his neck back.
But once again, when alcohol is a hell of a drug, you're able to go ahead, your body just limbers up, and you can do all type of things. People that in car accidents, that drunk driving accidents, they always get up and get out.
They get out like scot-free most of the time, depending on if it's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Not that we're promoting don't drink.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not promoting drinking and driving for sure. But, yeah.
Okay, man. I think you guys are hating on Lamar, but I think Lamar's gonna cook all the way to the Super Bowl.
If Rams don't win Monday, I will go dark.
I think the Vikings. I think the Vikings win. And then it's no longer even a home game. I think it's gonna be more of a home game for the Vikings than it is for the Rams.
Could possibly be. I mean, I don't know how they're working that ticket situation, but
so they gave everyone a refund, right? And then they opened up the portal like on Tuesday for them to buy stuff, or you can use that refund for season tickets next year, which means the Vikings had opportunities to buy these tickets. And Vikings team, those fans travel. I'm telling you, NFC North.
They don't even have to travel. There's a bunch of Vikings fans in Snowbirds.
Yeah, no, there are people that'll be from Minnesota going.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. But I'm just saying there is a lot of Vikings fans in Arizona.
Well, I mean, there's a lot.
See the Cardinals in the Vikings games, it'd be purple.
But it's a lot of NFC, NFC North fans in Arizona because it's cold as hell. If it was a Green Bay Arizona game, you're gonna see a lot of Green Bay. If it's a Chicago Bears Arizona fan, you're gonna see a lot of Chicago. That's just what it is. Like Detroit, same thing. Detroit, what? Rams, Vikes at Arizona. Minnesota's winner in Arizona. The
Cardinals fans will go just to boo the Rams. I mean, that's true too. I forgot about that aspect too.
Oh man, that is awesome. I think Minnesota wins. I think Sam Darnold has a really good game. I'm not afraid of the Rams defense. I think they sure up that offensive line. I don't believe Sam Darnold was the problem. The Vikings skull chant is worth admission by itself.
Right.
I don't think Sam Darnold was the problem.
Oh no, I agree. I mean, there are some quarterbacks who I feel like with the pressure thrive. Sam Darnold's just not one
It's
of those
not that. Yeah,
quarterbacks.
you have to
But
give
I
him
do
time.
agree. But I mean, when your starting left tackle's out for the season. I think they have a couple other injuries on the line, and you see a lot of Dallas fans in Washington. Well, that's because Dan Snyder didn't know how to run the team.
I think that's going to change.
I think
mean,
it's already kind of flipping.
well, I think so. I don't think Dallas is going to be America's team going forward. I think that's going to change that idea that they're the America's team is going to slowly change. It has been changing. I mean, they haven't had a Super Bowl win in what 30 years, almost
30 years this year, I think 95.
Yeah. So, like, I don't
96. So
yeah,
almost
96.
30 years. Because 92, 93, and then 95.
So 30 years without Super Bowl win. I don't think they're America's team like they were. I think that the star, is there, but I don't think they have the same love. But I think Texas is such a big part of America. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I want that Darnold to show up on Monday, though.
I don't. But you want that offensive line to show up on Monday.
That's all. I'm telling you, if you give him time, he's going to be able to play.
And with those weapons,
exactly.
I mean, one of the best receiver, if not the best receiver in the league, Addison, who's an emerging star, T.J. Hawkinson, even Aaron Jones out of the backfield.
Aaron Jones this year is a great weapon. I don't know if it's going forward, but this year, great weapon.
Be honest, Aaron Glenn had a vicious game plan for the Vikings, getting the end zone back and Mack Robinson man coverage on Jay Jettis. Yeah.
I don't think that work again.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think that what will happen is, if they did play them again, they would start doing cross routes. They'll do bunch sets. They'll do things like that to kind of confuse how things are being ran. They will do it a better way. They just depend on Jefferson so much to just get open, and he can't always do that.
Hey, and Mack Robinson, he's got a history. He's been covering Jay Jettis since high school.
Since high school, he knows all his moves. And stuff. That's what it said. It's other stuff that's going to happen. I think
high school rivals, and then they were college rivals.
They're in the same state. They weren't rivals, but yeah. Rams rookie pass rusher will be key.
Oh, yeah, because he went to Louisiana State or Tech.
Yeah,
it wasn't really a rivalry.
It wasn't a rivalry.
They did play each other in what's technically a rivalry game, I suppose. But
it was like, if you're Illinois, you play Illinois State. You're like, yeah, but we're not even the same type of thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong here, Saver. They will be the key. But again, rookie, we'll see if they play
in the playoffs.
A different game.
I don't think that they're going to be doing anything. I think really it's Sam Darnold. Can he do something against Matt Stafford? Matt Stafford in the playoffs can win everything. He could be the key. Matt Stafford scoring 35 points, that could be a problem.
But this is where I disagree, Anthony. JJ is only 21. Even if you sign Darnold to a 3-year contract, Darnold leaves. He's only 24.
Yeah, but you didn't have to pay him. I don't think you're going to hold on to him all that time. You're not going to sit there and let, if you're a business, you're not going to let, something on the shelf just sit there for 3 years.
Yeah, but you already agreed that younger quarterbacks need to sit. And now you're saying now they don't?
3 years is a long time, especially for someone who I think
it used to be normal.
I don't know what it's normal for. It's for the Packers, and if you can do
it back in like 30, like in the 90s, that was normal. It was very abnormal.
You still played the second year, But so I think if you can do it, do it. If you can survive it, you can do it. Do it.
This would be his first year coming up because of the injury.
Yeah, but he's still been in the NFL.
Still let him sit a year. He's still only 23.
His contract. You're not going to give him that 5th-year option if you don't know what's going on.
But you do know what's going on because you see it in practice every day.
You don't know. No, because you see things in practice all the time. I'm telling you, you see some people that are practice players and some people that are game players. It happens all the time. You see it in practice. You say, "Oh man, he's great." And then you get out to the game, you realize the speed of the game is different. Practice is just not the same. You don't know what you got.
Says Fisk and First will show up. I mean, they'll be there for sure.
I mean, they got on the bus. I'm telling you.
It's like Goff on the team and you have Hooker on the bench. Huh?
No, it's not the same.
Not even close. It's like a 5th round pick.
You're not going to waste all that money also on the quarterback position because to keep Darnold, you have to pay him $50 million.
That's your franchise.
You're still paying him $50 million
for 1 year.
Okay.
Even Packers stood out sitting Aaron Jordan for 3+ years. I think they can build that way because no pressure to play a rookie from impatient owner.
You don't have the money. I mean, you can't. There's other things that Aaron Jones is going to get old really, really quick. I'm telling you. So Aaron Jones, this year is a perfect year. I think he goes off a cliff. And then you're going to be like, what are we going to do now? There, you have positions on the offensive line that need to be fixed, especially if a win now team that you have to spend money on. There's things that you are going to have to, and your defense is not great. You have a great defensive coordinator. And if he gets taken away, you have to spend some money on there too. You can't spend that much money on quarterback and expect to win now. I think that you have such a great team and a great opportunity right now. I just don't. You either go with Darnold or you go with JJ. That's just it. And you build your team, and you go with it. And it might be really good for McCarthy. It might be really good for Minnesota. He might be able to do the exact same thing. There might be a connection with O'Connell. So maybe that works, but maybe it doesn't. You gotta take that risk. Let's see, even Pakistan, blah blah blah. Yeah, $41.3 million is the projected franchise tag on Darnold. So you be spending 41 on him, and how much on JJ right now?
It's only 41.3. Anthony, calm down.
Only 41.3. Wow. Okay, that's true. So and JJ's cap hit is $5 million. That's all I want to know. So you just be spending $46 million on the quarterback position when you have a rookie quarterback that you should be winning with. That's the thing. If you believe in JJ, then you gotta let him start. And you gotta let Sam Darnold go. You have to, right? If you believe he's the guy, because that's so much money you can spend on the rest of the team, building the team up. If you think he's Patrick Mahomes, go with it.
Whoever said he was Patrick Mahomes, calm down. Okay.
You know Patrick Mahomes the next year from Alex Smith. You have the better player on your court, on your bench. If you think he's that guy, then you let him start.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they had Mahomes in practice that whole first year and got to see him in one game at the end. They didn't get that with JJ. So I'm just saying maybe you franchise Darnold so you have 1 year with both of them so you know what you have. That's all I was trying to say.
What's the benefit of having a rookie quarterback, though? To spend all your money on everyone else. But if you eliminate that point, turn into Atlanta Falcons.
See? Look, he just said the same thing. Haven't been able to watch him practice all year.
So you don't know if it's worth to do this stuff. But friend, if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm not signing it. Why would I sign a franchise tag with you when I can make $50 million over somewhere else? Why? Like you're acting like the player is going to say, "Okay, I'm going to sign the franchise tag." He's played his ass off this year. He's probably the 5th best quarterback in the NFL this year. So why would I sign a franchise tag with you?
So you're gonna say he's just gonna sit for a whole year, do nothing, twiddle his thumbs, get fined every day?
I'm not gonna sign a franchise tag with you.
So that's what's gonna happen. Then he's gonna get fined and he's gonna sit a whole year.
And you're gonna force you to trade me. And that's what's gonna happen.
How did that work out for anybody else this past offseason that tried to get traded?
You're a quarterback. It doesn't ever happen. You're never gonna do that. You're not gonna put $50 million of your team's salary cap on the side. I'm going to put it over here and not be able to spend that money. That's not going to happen. You can't do that. You can do a running back sitting out there. Okay, I could do that. Put $10 million in pocket, but 45? Nah, man, that's not gonna work. And you're not gonna do that to him. They're not gonna do that to him. Because he's been in those locker rooms and seen how much better his situation is in Minnesota. It's not. I'm gonna let you guys go see it. We'll see in the offseason. We'll see how it works. They're not going to do it. Or I'm not saying Minnesota wouldn't try to franchise him. I'm saying that he won't sign that. Darnold's never been on a good team before. A large stakes game he has stated in since he's been in since college. If it was the first time jitters, he plays good versus Rams and Vikings. I think another team pays him $45 million. I think another team pays him 50. You know, I think there's a lot of need out there for good quarterbacks. Another team will pay him $50 million. I think the Jets would run over themselves to pay him $50 million. I don't think Sam Darnold wants to go back to the Jets, but you know, if you're
gonna tell me the Jets are gonna be like, Sam Darnold, here's $50 million.
Yeah, I think they would. I think Sam Darnold wouldn't want to do it. I think it'll be like a 3-year, $150 million contract. I think he definitely could do that. But do you want that? And the problem is you have this connection with O'Connell that is so good. You know, that's the only comparison, the only thing you're thinking about. But I don't think you're going to do this. But that's also because of Aaron Rodgers and other stuff. The Jets can do whatever they need to do. This is already on that the Jets could offer to Sam Darnold $55 million. I mean, there's nothing with a cap that's going to stop anyone from doing anything.
It's crazy to me because I feel like the Jets are in a very pivotal moment in their franchise, and like this head coach really means a lot. And then you see the people who they're interviewing, and I'm like,
I know, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know.
Like, Rex Ryan, Ron Rivera. I'm like, bro.
I don't know what is going on there, but
what year is this?
This is our point even more. The Jets don't care. They don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, they don't have a GM. They have a spot where you have a GM coach that can take over, and no one wants to even interview.
That's what I'm saying. Is it that bad that like nobody of worth anything is even interested, that they have to interview people like Rex Ryan and Ron Rivera? And apparently they interviewed your old coach of Maryland.
I think Mike could take that. I could see that. I think I still
Loxley,
think Nagy.
like
Yeah, Mike Loxley. I think that I still think Matt Nagy could be in play for the Giants.
Yeah, the interviewing Matt Nagy. I'm like, what year is this?
I really think that's going to be in play for them.
I mean, I feel like the Maryland coach could be interesting.
Mike Loxley is a
new take on things. His players love him.
He's a good leader of men. He makes you feel good. He definitely shows a lot.
So that's why I was like, that could be intriguing. But like all those other names, I'm like, why? Like, don't get me wrong. I like Ron Rivera as a person, but like, he helped change the culture, yes, but it ultimately never did better than like 6 wins. Like, never could take that next step after changing the culture. So I don't know why, if you're the Jets, you'd be like, let's bring this guy in.
What else we got? Just have $20 million at the moment next year, but the cap manipulation, you can change that. I'm looking at it like multiple ways that they can get a lot more money.
He said Sam Darnold back to New York
as a Giant. He could be it. Yeah, I don't know if Dabo wants.
Giants only got $43 million and any more than turnstiles for O-line. Yeah,
I thought they had $57 million and they're going to get more at the end of the $57.3 million, and they're going to get more.
So once we only have 5 black head coaches.
Is that right?
Is there that many? I mean, obviously you got D'Amico Ryan
and Mike Tomlin.
And I mean,
See, it's which. What? How do you name black?
Well, Antonio Pierce, but he got fired.
He got fired.
Mayo got fired.
It depends on what you call black. If I'm gonna be honest with you, because what's his name? The coach in Miami. Technically, he's mixed.
Is he?
Yeah. Technically mixed.
No idea.
Was it McDaniel or whatever?
Yeah, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. We got Bowles.
Oh, Bowles. Boris.
Bowles, Ryans, Raheem Morris, Tomlin.
I forgot about those
Daniel,
guys.
Technically are all there still, right? You know?
Yeah, forgot about those two.
So
that's 4.
That's 5. There's
Right.
5.
Who's the 5th one?
So Mike McDaniel.
Oh, Mike McDaniel. Okay, Mike McDaniel. Okay.
So but there's also
Todd
6.
Bowles too.
There's also 6 open spots. And Aaron Glenn, I think will get a chance. I think Robert Saleh is going to be a defensive coordinator again.
Yeah, I think he'll be defensive coordinator as well.
Or-
That's not going to be for the 49ers, though.
No. He's not going back there again.
Anthony, you're talking about the cap. Who believes in the cap? The Saints. That's funny.
Shoot. Hey, Mark, hold on one second. I have to go. Something's going upstairs. I got the fire alarm's going off. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And then we got Ron Rivera being the DC for the 49ers. That'd be pretty interesting. The 49ers getting rid of their DC? Who's their current DC? '49ers defensive coordinator. Oh, right here. Robert Saleh expected to be offered his old 49ers job again. Well, there you go. So they don't have one. They fired him. Okay. Interesting. That's got to be rough, though. Get fired. Injuries. Yeah. Thank you, Anthony. Those are a couple decent positions, though. Or candidates, Rivera and Saleh. Maybe Saleh does go back then. He's on to something, Savory. You're on to something. Let's see. I think Aaron Glenn can turn things around for the Saints. I think Ben Johnson is a very innovative coordinator, but is he head coaching material? That's a good question about Ben Johnson. But you never know until you find out, I guess. I think he learned some stuff from Dan Campbell and utilized that and could be a good head coach. But I do think you are right. Aaron Glenn could definitely. I like Aaron Glenn. Someone getting fired from special teams coach is wild. That's funny. All righty. So today's games. Who do you guys have? So the first one today, I believe, is the Broncos and Bills. Do we think Bo Nix can go off? Do the Broncos have a shot? It's a good question. Let's see. Inactives. Broncos and Bills.
A rogue Pop-Tart in our toaster for a 7-year-old. Yeah.
Huh.
Smoke all over my upstairs right now. It fell.
Apparently the breakfast you just made them wasn't enough.
Why are you even a part? I don't know. I don't know. I'm like,
oh dang! Braden says I brought up today's games.
I can see the Broncos upset the Bills.
That's what I was saying. I said, do you think Bo Nix can go off?
He could, but
I think more importantly, I think the defense might be able to stop the Broncos or the Bills offense.
Well, here's the thing. I think a run team is what's most likely will beat the Bills. I still think a good run team. And I don't know if the Broncos have a great run team.
Which is weird because like 3 years ago we were like, Devontae Williams is going to be amazing.
Nothing came up.
Here we are 3 years later. The Broncos need a good run game.
And I don't know. I think that has to do a little bit with Sean Payton, but we'll see. So Denver Broncos give the Bills a run for their money, but I think the Bills win. I think so too. Broncos defense has been playing lights out. Offense clicking. It's going to be a great game. Since 2017, Broncos head coach Sean Payton's record against bald-headed coaches are 30-12. Wow. If that's not a deep dive, I don't know what is. That's next-gen football stats. Oh, man. That's awesome.
Got no hair. Got no hair.
So you just grow your hair out for that week and say, all right.
Take the hat off. I'm not bald. He doesn't have a shot.
Exactly. Give me the horseshoe. Got you. Don't worry about it.
Broncos defense been playing lights out. Offense clicking. It's going to be a great game. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. You didn't see me do these?
No, I was looking at something else. Sorry.
What do you have for Denver Buffalo? So what do you think?
I think this has the potential to be the best game this weekend, maybe.
I think your team is will be the best game, but okay. I can see this.
You? Well, I'm a Commanders.
You don't want to be. Yeah.
It's always hope for the best, expect the worst. So
I understand.
Expect the worst. Then all you can do is be surprised if things do go your way.
We did it. No.
I don't know. I feel like Bo Nix has proven he was worth the 10th pick, 12th, 13th pick, whatever
it was, 10th or 11th pick, whatever it was.
I think he's proved he's worth it. Sean Payton got his guy. I do agree with your one aspect, though. Like, will the Broncos be able to run the ball?
Exactly.
If they can run the ball and control the clock, it could be a long day for the Bills. I
just don't see it.
If. Yeah, that's a really big if. But same thing with the Bills. I feel like their run game has looked either great or non-existent.
That's if they give James Cook the ball or not.
Yeah.
Josh Allen just like, oh well, no, this is my season. Got this, and he does, until he doesn't. So I still, at the end of the day, I'm right with Josh.
Saver. Packers QB room is beat up. Christian Watson out for the year. Maybe next season. Maybe no Jair Alexander. Huge uphill battle for the Packers.
I think they lose. They don't beat winning teams.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. I don't think the Eagles will blow them out per se, though.
I think they will win by 10 points.
I was just going to say 10 points.
I think that's the Eagles by 10. I think Buffalo by 3. I think Eagles by 10. This Washington game is tough.
I don't disagree.
Which Tampa Bay team do you get?
So let me ask you this. If 5 minutes into the game, Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans get ejected, who has the advantage?
Oh, Washington, 100%. 100%.
Is that what they're doing? Like, hey, just go fight Evans, get him ejected. If you get ejected, that's fine.
It's gonna look like a NHL game. Just the gloves off. Let's go. It's gonna punch him
Right.
straight in the face.
I just saw the funniest thing. It said, meanwhile, at the Commanders Bucs game, it goes, Bucky Irvin up the middle for 7 yards. Meanwhile, 15 yards upfield, and it just shows this like epic boxing match of both these guys just going like this.
I was thinking Peter Griffin versus the chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just like 15 yards upfield we have. It's just boom, 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 the two of them going at it.
Oh my god, that's so much. That's too funny. I hope Mike Evans can keep his head, but or if he's gonna fight him, do it after the 3 touchdowns.
Right.
I'm still going Washington. I know Baker Mayfield's going to be good. I know. I just feel like it goes against everything else I'm saying because a rookie quarterback in a situation when he doesn't know what's going on. You have a team who's been in the playoffs, a quarterback that's been here before. Everything should be going Tampa Bay. I'm still picking Washington.
Braden, we could have gone without this. Like, I realize it's been since 2005 since we won a freaking game.
Dan Quinn was D-line coach for Miami. Cliff was a QB for the Jets, and Jaden was in kindergarten.
Thanks, Braden.
Hey, but he graduated that kindergarten class, and now he's going to win this game too.
He wasn't even in kindergarten, dude. He was like 4 years old.
He was really, really smart.
Was he in kindergarten at 4?
Yeah, he was really, really smart. He's always been a better.
It was 2005, unless it was the 2005 season. So this is where I always get confused when it comes to the NFL because they'll be like, "Oh, their last playoff win was in 2005." Was that the 2005 season or in January of 2005?
That's
because those are two different things, and I never can get that right.
That's a good question.
Same thing with the Super Bowl too. Oh, Super Bowl champions 2017, and you're like, was that for the 2016 season or the Super Bowl that took place in 2017?
I used to have the same question. The 85 Bears, like the 85 Bears won, but they won the Super Bowl in 1986, technically.
Yeah. So like when I say Washington won the Super Bowl the year I was born, technically they did, but it was for the 82 season.
Yeah.
And then we made it to the Super Bowl for the 83 season, got blown out by the Raiders.
The Raiders.
All right, it's hard to keep track. It really is.
Who needs to win more, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Jalen Hurts? Who needs to win more? I think Lamar.
I was gonna say I think Lamar is gonna be on that.
If he does not win, I think that's it. He will never have a better chance than this.
I feel like by unloading all their veterans and trying to like rework the cap, it took a lot of pressure off Josh Allen.
And Josh,
this was a season of like, you guys weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, so whatever happens is just icing on the cake.
And they're going to have all this money, too. They're going to have all this money and be able to pay and build around him again.
Whereas if Lamar doesn't win it, it'll be like, another wasted season. Although Jalen Hurts is entering that category, I feel like. Especially winning the division, only losing the 3 games. Especially what's done for Jalen Hurts. If by some miracle the Packers do win, I mean, that could be the writing on the wall for Sirianni.
Sirianni is Jalen Hurts' like shield.
Kryptonite.
Yeah, no, he's kryptonite. It's his shield though. Like he doesn't get hurt. He's not blamed for everything because Sirianni's such a bad one.
It's a weird thing.
It's a kryptonite shield. It hurts me too.
Lamar needs to win the most, in my opinion. Jalen was just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and last year Eagle collapsed. I blame him on coaching. Bills are overperforming for preseason projection. Yep,
exactly.
Exactly. 100% saver. That's what I said. I feel like that's also why maybe Josh Allen was able to thrive this year because he's like, that's no pressure. I'm only supposed to win 4 games.
So who cares? I'm gonna throw the ball.
So he just goes out there and I felt like maybe that's why it's hurt. We'll see what he does next year when he has all the pressure again, I guess.
All right, so last game, Minnesota and LA. What do you think happens?
I mean, I feel like Minnesota should win. I feel like they're the better team. But you can't count out Matthew Stafford. You just can't. Especially with his weapons. I feel like it'll be a close game. And honestly, I think it comes down to the defenses and the Dolphins. It's not where Brian Flores is anymore. Can the Vikings defense, stop the Rams offense in pivotal moments? And vice versa. Can that very young Rams defense stop this Vikings offense.
In the playoffs.
The playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
They're very young. Most of them have never played this much football in their lives, especially the rookies for sure.
Mm-hmm. These are all good points.
Minnesota
has to win. I mean, every week I'm like, Minnesota's not going to win. Minnesota's not going to win, and they continue to win. So I'm going to ride with Minnesota just because we saw them play the best team in the NFC and lose. Doesn't mean they're not a good team still.
Yeah.
They only lost 3 games. I think the Rams, even though the Rams are one of them. So, but I think Minnesota finds a way to win.
2 of them to the Lions. Next one to
the Rams.
How crazy would it be if, somehow by some miracle? Well, I guess if the Packers did win, then they would go to Detroit. I was just trying to figure up a scenario that, so if the Rams and the Eagles win, and then all of a sudden it's Detroit, because you got the number 1 seed, you have to play Washington.
No, so no matter what, it's a bracket though. It's a bracket.
Huh?
It's a bracket. So
no, the seedings change each week. So the lowest seeded team will play the number 1 team.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So if the Packers win.
So if the Rams beat the Vikings, and then the Commanders beat the Bucs, and then the Eagles win, it'll be Rams and Eagles, and then they'll be like, why can't we play the Rams? We got to play the Commanders. I don't want to play them.
I don't think the Eagles have a problem with playing the Commanders.
No, the Commanders will play the Lions.
Oh, the Lions? I don't think the Lions would care either.
I don't think they would care that much, but I think if you had your choice, you probably prefer the Rams.
No. The Lions? Why would the Lions prefer the Rams?
Over the Commanders?
Matt Stafford coming to Detroit again?
Yeah, they beat him last time. Beat him this year, too.
He's not easy.
Water on the bridge. They could do it.
No, I would not want to play Matt Stafford going into my Lions game.
Isn't that banged up defense wants to deal with Jaden Daniels running around on the field?
Because Matt Stafford knows their stadium more than anyone. He knows that he's performed there. Last year they almost won with a much worse team. I just don't want to play Matt Stafford at all. I'd rather play a rookie anytime. In the playoffs, give me the rookie. Don't give me Matt Stafford. In the stadium that he helped build. No, I don't want that, man. But Xavier will tell us.
Matt Stafford feeling a kind of way after getting bounced last year.
I don't want that. If I'm the Lions, I want anyone but Matt Stafford.
Let's just say Sam Darnold folds like a picnic table at a cookout from his last 2 games. Is he worth $50 million?
No, if he loses this game, the Vikings are going JJ.
He'll still get 50 though.
He's gonna get 50 for somebody, yeah. But the Vikings won't give it. They will let go. Let go and let God.
It's a mute issue because you said the Vikings are going to beat the Rams anyway. So,
which I think the Vikings will beat them. I still know if Sam Darnold's going to be the reason. We'll see. AFC. So you're telling me basically, so if the Bills win, they're playing the Texans.
Yes. So if the Bills win, they're playing the.
No. They're playing the Ravens.
No, they're playing the Ravens. So Bills if they win, they're playing the Ravens.
And the Chiefs play.
If they lose, then it's the Ravens and Texans.
Okay.
And then the Broncos and Chiefs.
And what if the Broncos beat the Chiefs because of that? Because they let them in. They left the door open.
Dude, that would be kind of nuts, wouldn't it?
And the Broncos get to the AFC Championship game.
You could just played your people, maybe beating them and not let them come in. And then now
it happens all the time. You see it
you're
all
the reason you lose.
You left the door open, and now we're going to kick the door down.
I'm sure it's scripted for them to lose by a last-second field goal again. So,
well, we have to see. Someone needs to break into the NFL office to see what the script says. Let us all know so we can go do what we need to do.
Right.
All right. Okay. Got anything else?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Went over everything.
Okay.
Oh, there was. Wow. What was it? Oh, what do you think of the whole Deshaun Watson thing?
This torn Achilles. I think that they came in at nighttime and slipped his Achilles.
No. So apparently, they might be off the hook and paying his salary too.
Why?
because he was supposed to be in a walking boot, and he posted pictures to social media with no walking boot, and then subsequently rolled his ankle, which ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah,
So
but I don't know if football. I don't think
he injured his Achilles, non-football activity, not obeying the medical instructions he was under. So therefore, they may not have to pay
him. I don't know about that. That's
because he might have heard it playing basketball.
If it was sports, okay. If that's what it is, if he hurt his Achilles in sport, that could do it. Yes. If he was just doing it because he didn't have it on, he was walking around, then I'd be like, no, there's no way.
He was in a gym where people were playing basketball.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in his walking boot.
I mean, this is
so not only might he not be there, they might not have to pay.
That's true. I can see it.
I was like, damn.
That's the only way. Because if you're doing a sport or doing some activity that's riding a motorcycle and it happens, then yeah, I can see that. Wow. So if they can move on.
I feel like that's the final nail in the coffin. It has to be.
Yeah. And here's the other issue. If you're talking about football wise, if without your Achilles, a second Achilles injury, you will never be the same football.
Mm-hmm.
You will never have the same explosion.
Same Achilles too.
You will never be the same guy. I tore my Achilles. You will never be the same guy. They say 2 years. No, never. You'll never get it back. It's ever. You know what it is? You ever have a rubber band and you just stretch the rubber band and you snap the rubber band?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you try to put it back together with tape. It will never be the same. You could glue it. You could put screws in it.
Analogy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what it is. It was, and I think my surgeon told me, he was like, "Look, I mean, we can make it. We can build it to be stronger. We can put as many strands as we can. But once you've injured it, you've injured it, and that explosion, you will never have it again. You can get back to where you were, but you'll never be able to have that same feeling." And that's when I was 22. You know, when you get older, it's harder and harder. I don't think he'll ever be the same. It's possible that he's played his last game in the NFL.
Oh, Cleveland for sure.
I'm saying NFL, period.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Well, I don't think anybody's going to be clamoring at the bits to pick him up. So
let's see. Watson must be been playing 21. Watson had 20, so everyone was on them. They're double teaming them, triple teaming them. He went up, someone tripped him in the air. Oh man! And then he's hurt. He's like Peter Griffin.
Browns wiggle out $100 million plus sandbag contract for the next 2 seasons and draft a QB. They suddenly are competitive again. Hey, Cam Ward. That's what I'm hearing.
That makes me a little sad because I really wanted to try to get Myles Garrett, but I'll be happy for him to win in Cleveland too. I love to see him.
Yeah, but if they go with the QB, he might want out still. He doesn't want to be here for a rebuild.
But if you're not rebuilding, you just get another QB.
But if you're bringing in a rookie QB, that's almost like a mini rebuild. Oh, no, we'll have to see.
Not for you. Depends on the team. Depends on the QB. So, okay.
It is the Browns, though. So
it is the Browns, and Browns will brown somehow.
Although I say that, but I don't know if Cam Ward will be there. He might go number 1.
I know. Here he go over. Man,
Titans have the number 1 pick, so
go over Travis Hunter. Yeah, I could see it happening. Yeah, I did hear about this. Your boy Max Crosby might want to trade because he said if AP's leaving, I'm leaving. I think that changes if Ben Johnson's your coach.
Yeah, I still think it depends on who they bring in. I feel like a lot of people get attached to people and say things like that, but then when they see the new person, they're like, "Oh, well, I have to stick around and see what this is about."
let me stick around one more.
Right.
Let's just see how it goes.
Right.
I can see that happen. Let's just That's huge. Before we go, where do you think the coaching carousel stops? What do you think? Who gets who? If you're betting, I mean, we know Patriots, Vrabel, that's done. So
yeah, that's over.
who do you think the Raiders get? Do you think they get Ben Johnson or not?
I don't know. I keep hearing random crazy things about the Raiders. But now I've heard Dion's interested.
Dion is interested in the Raiders, exactly.
Heard Gruden is apparently interviewing.
You got to
there's
interview
another
some-
crazy one too that I can't remember. And they're like, "Oh, it's the Tom Brady effect," and I'm like, "Doesn't mean they're not going to be there to pick a unless they're the ones trading or bringing in Darnold or JJ. Like they're not in a prime spot to get a QB.
What pick are they?
Sixth.
Yeah, and
With
this is not
Cleveland
a great QB year.
And
this is not a good QB year.
That's what I'm saying. By the time they come around, the top two are gone. Oh no.
Then you're not going quarterback after that,
right? I mean, Carson Beck's already apparently hitting the transfer portal.
I knew it was going to happen. He really looks at his draft stock and says, "No, I'm stay."
Quinn Ewers is going to hit the transfer portal.
Yep.
So like two of the top QBs aren't even going to be there. Not that I would take them with the sixth anyway, but
no, I think it's too deep. The QB at the beginning.
I feel like if Sanders leaves, or if Deion Sanders leaves, I don't think Shedeur goes back. He's going to the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But that just leaves him and Cam Ward.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Those are the only two.
And if you're at 6 with both the Titans and the Browns ahead of you, you're not getting a QB.
Unless you trade up.
I don't think either of those two are going to trade down. And they're 1 and 2.
You never know. You
never know.
If you give enough. The Titans have done stupid stuff before.
And that leaves the Patriots to get that guy from Penn State, be their edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
With Mike Vrabel. Ooh, scary.
Says Pete Carroll, you are a Chicago Bear. I think he's 4th on their list. And it'll take some other guys getting other jobs for that to happen. I think that's what it is. Or Ben, if he wants to play chess against MCDC 2 times a year. Ben Johnson's number 1 on the Bears list. Okay. Vrabel was 2, but Vrabel's gone. For 3, I know they like Brian Flores a lot. But he'll have to probably drop his suit against the NFL to be an NFL head coach. Joe Brady could be up there. And then after those 4, I think Pete Carroll's probably there. But I take Vrabel out because he's already gone. So then puts Pete Carroll probably 4th. Says, you think Notre Dame head coach is leaving for the NFL? No. Never. I don't think he'd ever leave. That's his dream job. Aaron Glenn going to the Saints. I can see that. I can see Aaron Glenn going. I think that makes a lot of sense on a lot of different levels.
So according to this, New York Times, the Raiders currently have 6 known head coaching candidates. Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Steve Spagnuolo. Let's see that coming.
Okay.
Todd Monken, Ravens offense coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Saleh and Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll doesn't want that. He doesn't want it. I mean, but Pete Carroll's 73? And so that's a 3 years he's done. So
Interesting.
Aaron Glenn, Saints or Jets if partnered with Chris Spielman as GM. Okay. I can see that. It really who's the first domino that really falls to start to get this thing going? Who's the first one? because this Vrabel didn't do anything to anyone else. Like it was known. So who will be the first person to sign that will really start the dominoes going? Is it Ben Johnson?
But the thing is you're going to be waiting a while for most of these candidates because they're on teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks probably.
I think it depends on when teams get eliminated from the playoffs, personally. I mean, obviously, Ben Johnson's a high commodity. It's so weird how going after last year, a top name for head coach was the offensive coordinator for the Texans. And then this year, don't even hear his name.
Yeah, so but I don't think it had anything to do with him. I mean, how many injuries can you withstand?
I tell that to Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, but their defense wasn't great. I mean, they've given up 43, 44, 40 points. They just figured it out at the end of the season. Sayre says, got to keep Brick Johnson playing Madden and not meddling in the Jets operations. That's all you need. Brick 17 is like, I'm going to pick the coach. It's my dad. I got this.
That's true. He's the one who probably gives his dad the Madden updates, for
I think Ben Johnson will be the first domino to fall. And I think that'll be January 26th.
Can he sign for another team if his team makes it to the Super Bowl?
Yes, during that break, that week.
Well, I don't know. It could be the Jets if they're looking at, people like Ron Rivera and Rex Ryan.
But that doesn't change yet. It doesn't change anything. Yeah, so
well, I'm just saying, they'd be like, all right, we hired this guy. Who knows?
That's crazy. I just wonder. I can't wait to see what happens this week.
Well, first domino is technically Mike Vrabel because he signed.
Yeah, but that's it. It didn't sign. It didn't change anything. Because we knew that he was going to the Patriots. That's just the worst secret ever. Like, oh no, maybe I might go somewhere else.
Apparently, you had some late pushes to try to get Vrabel.
I'm sure the Raiders did. I'm sure Tom.
No, you and the Jets, the Bears and the Jets put late pushes in to try to get Vrabel.
The Bears didn't even have Vrabel in the building.
Despite consistent and late pushes from the Bears and Jets, New England is the team that lands Vrabel.
It's because he actually took meetings with both the Jets.
This is from 2 hours ago.
Yeah, the Bears and Jets interviewed him, and they liked him. But the Bears and Jets didn't even have – well, the Jets had him in the building. The Bears never even had Vrabel in the building. Never even put him in the building. And apparently with the Bears, what it is that Ryan Poles wants Ben Johnson. Done. That's what he wants. And the rest of everyone else in the
but why would Ryan Poles want that? Because if Ben Johnson comes in, he's done.
No, he says no. He's choosing him. He's not getting fired. He wants Ben Johnson because he thinks he's the best.
Ben Johnson said he didn't want to work with him. That's why he didn't take the job last year.
No, they never offered him the job last year. Yeah, but that's the report is coming from who was that? That Ryan Poles wants Ben Johnson, but the rest of the staff and the owners don't want him. They don't want. They say he's arrogant, and they don't like the way he's doing things.
How old is this article? It's from January 9th.
So
no way.
Ben's GM wants to hire Ben Johnson report. This is from yesterday. Saturday, it was the key day. The Chicago Bears as the head coach's search. The Bears held a virtual interview with offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. The meeting went great. How the meeting went with the Bears and Johnson's camp as a third variable permeating through House Hall. They want to make sure that Vrabel doesn't want the Bears job, but unlike Vrabel is going to go to the Patriots. Immediately, the chatter went to Johnson. Ryan Poles wants Ben Johnson. I prefer to give it to him.
We haven't even talked about a team.
Who?
I guess we just don't care about Jacksonville.
Yeah, no one cares about Jacksonville. So being from
According to this,
very
the number one favorite to be their new head coach is Liam Cohen.
Huh?
No idea who that is. I'm not going to lie. Liam Cohen. Liam, Liam Cohen. Koen.
And he said,
I don't know if I can trust these things. I don't know if I can trust this thing because this has freaking Cliff Kingsbury on everybody's list, and I don't even think he's interviewed for anybody.
I think he's going to interview the Bears. The Bears' problem is Ben Johnson wants to hire this GM to come in, so it's a package deal. And I don't know. You just offer him the money and see what he wants to do.
All right, let's see who this guy is. Also, the same article said that Ryan Day was a top candidate for you, so I can't believe.
Yeah, he's one person that was not even on the list.
Oh, he's a Bucs coach.
Okay.
The offensive coordinator for the Bucs.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to ask those questions. We will be discussing it throughout the weeks on Tuesday and Wednesday because Tuesday we have.
It says Cliff Kingsbury is the highest one to land in Chicago behind Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, and Todd Monken. And then Ryan Day.
That doesn't even make sense because they haven't interviewed Cliff Kingsbury. They haven't done anything.
That's what I said.
Like Joe Brady is on the list, and they like Joe Brady a lot. So I don't think that makes any sense.
Joe Brady's the favorite on here to go to. Darren Rizzi. They're gonna bring Rizzi back. Okay, I can't trust this article.
Yeah, I don't know what is what. Yeah.
New England Patriots, New York Jets. Aaron Glenn.
And did Aaron Glenn play for the Jets?
I think so. Yes, corner, right?
For a long time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, but that was fun.
It's not just fun because we got to talk about this all week. On Tuesday, I'll be talking about the Bears head coaching search. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about whoever signs for everything. This is going to be going on along with what's happening next week with the playoffs. I mean, this is what we're going to be talking about every day because there's nothing else to talk about until we get these head coaches signed. It's probably the number one story besides what's actually happening on the game. So can't wait to talk about those things. I think we had a good time. I can't wait to sit down because I smell my chilies cooking. Doesn't smell like Pop-Tarts anymore or burnt. So I'm going to enjoy, sit down, watch the game. We got the 12 o'clock Denver Buffalo game coming up on CBS. Cannot wait to sit down and watch that because I think it's going to be a great game. You got anything else, Mark?
No, I think that was good. I think we covered just about everything that's out there in NFL right now. So.
Yes. So we'll see you on Tuesday of the Panda and Grizzly and Wednesday on Dynasty Pylon. Can't wait to talk to you guys. Thanks for everyone in the chat, and we'll see you guys. Oh, yeah. Before I go, Glenn was drafted by the Jets and picked by the Texans in expansion draft. So
they're looking to interview Freeman.
Yeah, but Marcus Freeman doesn't want to leave. That's the thing. So he has like 7 kids in there.
Good luck to any of your guys' teams who are in the playoffs.
Keep going. All right. We'll continue this conversation later. See you guys. Thanks.
Later.